Why hello there. Greetings and welcome to a small Let's Play of a game called Captain Saiban, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I'm Emily, the Sparklemon Princess.
And this is Ruudo.
We're finally into the third game. And yeah, I know, there's a distinct lack of a certain other game, but there are reasons for that.
How do I get myself into this mess? Why? Why did I do that?
That's quite a slam. Interesting music.
That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey! It's none of your business! I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that!
Well, that took a bit of a turn.
It wasn't me. Didn't. I didn't do it.
I imagine many people coming to blind are like, what? Suddenly feels very special. Let's see.
Just
April 11th.
10 days too late of April Fool's Day. Good job.
Indeed. Phew, it's finally time. I'm kind of nervous. And we all know who this is. I was ready for it. Still scar me. Oh, Mr. Grassberg. Good morning.
Mia! Please, calm yourself down! You're going to get yourself arrested for suspicious behavior, you know?
Okay. In court? What are you talking about? I am relaxed, Mr. Grassberg. Look at me. I'm relaxed. Totally. No pressure.
Let go of my lapels! Yeah! Don't get too close to me! Dang it. You obviously haven't got the temperament to be a lawyer just yet.
I'm so sorry. I am so nervous today.
Oh, that's right. That's your first time in the big leagues, isn't it? Well, never you fear, my dear. I, Marvin Grossberg, am at your service.
Actually, this is my second time in court.
Still, you surprise me. What with your earnest request last night? Let me handle this case, you suddenly said, and quite forcefully too. Like you pinned me against the wall, and forced me.
Well, I had a little bit of a rough day, sir. I just found out yesterday. About the case, I mean.
What? And you have already learned all the relevant facts?
Well, about that, you see, I mean, of course I have. I think.
Oh, crud baskets.
It's gonna be so weird to see for people who come into this game and be like, oh hey, it's Mia! And they're like, what the heck are you doing?
In any case, don't let our clients see your nervousness. That's, you see that poor young man in the pink sweater over there? Yeah, the really, really weird one. He's our client. Good morning here, everybody.
Are you sure you don't want to fasten your mask a little bit better? Good morning. Try to keep smiling, Mia.
It's fine. It's fine. I just want to say, I'll give it all I got.
Yeah, you're the best defendant. Oh, what's wrong? Do you have a cold or something, Mr. Rye?
Actually, it's right. Like the Flying Brothers. People screw it up all the time.
I wonder what that was in the original Japanese. I mean, probably
That's
describing the
cold.
kanji.
That's what I have this mask for. The doc says this way I won't give it to anyone else. May I do others, he says.
Right, Mr. Bright. You have nothing to fear in court today. If you're truly innocent, I promise I will save you.
But please let go of my shirt. I don't want to give the gold to you.
I promise I will save you. That's right. He's the one on trial, not you. He is the one who should be nervous. You need to stay strong for your client, Mia. Breathe in, breathe out, everything that you were taught.
Just one question. Kiddo? What's that? Why do you have a pink sweater? Oh! So, it's kind of stuck on me. What do you mean? It's super glued onto me. What?
Have you showered at all this month?
Well, to be fair, I only got it a few days ago. I think
Keep it
maybe
together,
that's
Mia.
why he has
Keep
a
it
cold.
together. This can still be salvaged. This can still be a good first impression. Right. You should probably get yourself a little cleaned up before we enter the courtroom, so that everyone can see you at your best.
In addition to some, I guess, nail polish cleaner. So you can get that super glue off.
Right. My name is Mia Fey. I'm still pretty new at this lawyer thing. The first time I appeared in court was a year ago. But that trial traumatized me so badly, I thought I'd never set foot in another courtroom. It's been 1 year since then, and, well, here I am again. But this time I'll win. For my client, and for myself. What was that?
Here, let's see. Him sneezing in your monologue.
Yeah, good job.
Phoenix
Thanks for
can
ruining the
sneeze
moment.
wherever he wants. In
Thanks for
anyone's
ruining
monologue.
it. Oh, darn it. Sorry, trigger finger. Court is now in session for the trial of Phoenix Wright.
Okay, I see.
For the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright!
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense today is this Mia Fey, was it?
Yes, Your Honor. Is there a problem?
Well, I was thinking that Mr. Grossberg would be the defense, considering how badly you did last time.
Yes, well, you see, Mr. Grosswood had a bit of an emergency.
Emergency? But it's not just anyway that I see you.
She's like
Yes. Well,
just let you know, you are just a rookie, but are you sure you can really handle this?
don't let him scare you, Mia. Give him your toughest look. Of course, Your Honor. I think very clearly. I think therefore I am. So I am, of course, ready. Don't you worry.
Well, Mr. Brain, your opening statement, please.
Well. I can't believe a veteran like me has to spend his time babysitting any defense lawyer. Don't worry, little girl. It will be all over soon. What was that all about? Was he trying to trash talk me? Now then, I'd like to proceed with a summary of events on the day in question. The incident occurred on the campus of Ivy University. The murder victim was a student named Doug Swallow. He was a fourth-year student studying pharmacology. What?
Pharmacology.
Okay. Pharmacology. That's completely changes the nature of the word. Okay.
Let me go look it up.
Like, I'm thinking pharmaceuticals, and then suddenly ecology.
So the study of pharmacy, I guess.
I would assume so.
Right, to get back to my medical terminology.
Sounds good.
But yeah, it's basically the study of pharmaceuticals.
Goody. That's done it.
That's cute, by the way.
It seemed like he was a very bright young man. Also very red.
Yes, well, next we have a photo taking the scene of the crime. Students discovered the scene shortly after the murder. They found the victim's body. And the defendant, who had obviously bungled his getaway, then called the police.
That certainly makes the defense look very suspicious indeed.
Doesn't it?
Very well. The court accepts his photo into his record as evidence.
Crime photo 1. I looked to the court record.
I can't quite tell the cause of death with this photo.
Yeah, I don't think anyone can.
Smack him with the spikes on his head.
Your reputation for sagacity is malaria runner. You truly know that you know nothing. I mean, you're right. The truth is that this victim died a rather unusual death. And an unusual death?
What do you mean, Mr. Bain?
Well, not at all, Your Honor. Perhaps the defense would like to take this question. Really? Okay. I mean, like, isn't it your job to just to lay out the premise of the case? Huh? A simple question. I thought I might loosen you up a bit. I'm a genteel man, if you will. What? Stand up to him, Mia. Show him what you're made of.
A perfect opportunity. Well, what was it? The cause. Go on. But please say you don't want to lose this much. Please do not embarrass me in court.
I am so sorry. I didn't get the chance to read through the whole file.
My hemorrhoids are beginning to act up.
Yeah, of course. This line.
Now see here. The details of the case are filed under the court record.
Of course, we want to know all about that, Grossberg.
But you knew that already, didn't you?
The court record. I think I can see that by touching the court record button.
Yes, right there on the desk. All the weapons we need can be found in the court record.
What's this about
Take a
weapons?
good, hard look at the data there, and think carefully before you answer, my dear.
Yes, sir.
Please
Uh,
think carefully before you embarrass me. Again.
I'll do just that. I mean, I wouldn't do that. I'll do the exact opposite. I'll go to stay calm. I can't let that prosecutor get the better of me. The court record. Okay. Let's take a look. I just touched the court record button here.
Good. Would the attorney for the defense please answer the question? What was the cause of death?
Alright, let's, I think it's hypothermia, but, okay, cause of the fatal electric shock. Right, never mind, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. According to the court record, it was a fatal electric shock. In other words, electrocution, not an electroshock. Or rather, well, it is, because it's an electrocution because it results in death. Anyway.
Yes, apparently he got killed by Pikachu. I get it.
Fatal electroshock, yeah, I guess. I don't know why people just they call it electrocution, but it doesn't click for them that it's a portmanteau of electro and execution. So, oh well. I don't know. I'm just being in the weird mood. Take care of that darn neck of yours.
No, that was just coughing. But yeah, electrocution says the injury or killing of someone by electric shock. It's not necessarily a portmanteau of. Let's see here. Execute literally means to follow out or to follow through.
Yeah, pretty much. Which is why you have phrases like execute a command, why there's an executive officer sort of thing. But
Oh yeah.
it comes with that word.
Execution is apparently it is a portmanteau of electro and execute.
Yeah, exactly.
More like electro and then execute, but yeah. But
Yeah.
I kind of don't see it. I'll need to find like the actual root for this one. Like because like if we're going it by the roots, it would be electro and secor. So if we're being literal with that, it would mean to follow electricity, or to follow out, or to follow with electricity.
I think it's more of a combination of what we regularly known as execution, the act of killing someone by law.
I mean, like
Yeah.
according to some definitions, it can be death via via electricity, but it does not have to be an execution. Specifically,
Okay.
it can be a death from electricity.
Yeah, but that's exactly what we mean. That's exactly what we mean. It's kind of treated as such. It's associated with death.
And
Anyway.
now let's see.
Electrocution? How did such a thing happen? I mean, like, did someone, like, capture a Pikachu? Let's see. Maybe the winner was a Pokemon master. And it hit a Pikachu.
What are you talking about, Your Honor?
It's all the things that the kids are talking about.
What? I don't know this.
About these Pokemon things.
Have I truly become old now?
Huh? Eva,
Why did this
is gonna be
happen?
old?
No, I mean,
I will
Never
hold you
mind.
to the court if you call me that.
never mind. Carry on. Carry on. I'm listening to you right now.
What else could I have used to electrocute the victim?
The answer to that will become crystal clear as this trial proceeds, Your Honor. But before that, there's one more vital issue. What's that? Why, motive, of course. Apparently there was some bad blood between the victim and the defendant.
Bad blood?
What do you mean? Was it bleeding? Was it contaminated? What do you mean? Oopsie, I'm terribly sorry. You defense attorneys, so you must know all about it. I shouldn't be stealing you a spotlight like this. What a little prick. Seriously. I really don't like this guy's smug attitude.
Well, that's Winston Payne for you. He's one smooth operator, if you catch my drift. Guy's also known as the Rookie Killer.
It's kind of funny how he's like, he's the least
what?
he's the least competent prosecutor out there, but evidently he's actually dealt with a couple of defense attorneys.
I guess it has something to do with like tenacity and keeping
I
your wits
guess.
about you.
I guess.
But I guess when it's like newer, like much newer defense attorneys who aren't that don't have that good of a temperament, he can get
Yeah.
to them.
In addition to the whole having every single thing stacked against you as a defense attorney. Oh,
Like the police force.
and it is. Gosh darn it.
Let's hear from the defense. What was the source of the bad blood between the victim and the defendant? At this time, I would like to see some supporting evidence.
Why are you telling us to support the evidence of the premise that because we're doing the opening statement for him? What the heck? Evidence?
Well, no need to get all worked up over this. You know your stuff. All our weapons can be found in the court record. Find the evidence you need, then shove it onto old Graybeard's face.
Yes, sir. On to old Greybeard's face.
Is the Grassberg? There's a better example for the young lady!
I was just
Now,
listening in.
evidence isn't the only thing in the court record. People's profiles are as well. You can toggle between the profiles and evidence, so be sure to go over it all.
This is slightly jarring.
Let's see what you got.
Cause of German bad blood between Phoenix Wright.
Bad blood between Phoenix Wright and the victim.
That would be...
Profiles.
Oh, profiles. Sure enough. Don't let heart on.
Take a look.
I'm pretty sure. They're the victim dog swallowed up until 8 months ago. That's the obvious thing. The reason for the bad blood between the two of them was this woman right here. Okay, by the way, can you, whatever you do, Grossberg and the judge, can you just lean away a little bit more?
Okay.
Thank you. Very good, Miss Ray. You should have picked up on the news this much. This woman is the girlfriend of the defendant, Phoenix Wright. But up until about 8 months ago, she was with the victim, Mr. Swallow. Clearly, it's an part of playing the story.
Wait, hold on. Dog swallow. Swallow drugs. I get it. Ha ha ha.
I don't... Okay. Maybe. I don't know. That seems a little bit on the nose for this sort of game.
Let's see. Pharmacology.
Yeah, I know, but still. That sounds bad.
That's why I gave that sarcastic laugh.
Okay. Alright.
Ah, he's done it again. Before the cross-examination starts, he's already got the judge thinking like he wants.
Very well, Mr. Bean. Let's go your first witness.
He replaces the court. The prosecution would like to come as the Phoenix Wright.
Huh? The defendant himself? Well, that's fine.
It's not interesting how that works. Yeah, like in the US court, not allowed. It's fine. After all, Mr. Wright is innocent, right? The defense has no objection.
Very well. The court calls Mr. Phoenix Wright to the stand.
Looking very cheerful. It's looking very cheerful. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Oh, yes. My name is Phoenix Wright. My job is, well, right now I guess I'm a suspect.
That's a very niche job.
No. He means, what did you do before you were arrested?
Oh, I got it! Okay, that's it.
I'm a university student.
Mr. Wright, you understand that you are suspecting the death of your fellow student, Dog Swap.
But I didn't do. I'm innocent, I tell you. I'm
Okay, question. What happens if you are this sick, or even worse, when you are scheduled to be on trial as a defendant?
You go anyway because you have to.
You have to. But what about the whole prospect of, you know, infecting everyone else in the room? That's stupid.
Good old Japanese court, right?
Yeah, I know, but I've just been in an American court. To your knowledge.
Let's see, let me go look that up actually.
That sounds kind of like, for the same reasons that there is some leeway when you're a worker and you're very ill. You don't let that worker go to their job because it puts everyone else at risk. In addition to potentially worsening the condition of the original sick worker.
Let's see here.
It's ours,
Okay,
I don't know what to
so
say. Oh, whatever.
alright,
What's
if you're a witness, like not a defendant, or you know,
Yeah.
if you're sick for any other reason, and cannot make it to court when you are told, you must contact the prosecutor as quickly as possible if you have been asked to be a witness in a criminal case.
Naturally.
The prosecution will then decide if you should be excused from acting as a witness.
Oh.
If you're not excused, you must at once notify the court and hand in a sick note. If you have been asked to be a witness in a civil case, and you are sick or cannot go to the court for any other reason, you must notify the court as quickly as possible. It is the court that decides whether your absenteeism is legal or not. Let's see here. Now for defendants. Defendants or counsel's illness is good cause for continuance, although the court may demand proof, including medical testimony. Note
Good
that
to
this
know.
reason does not usually extend to prosecutors. They are expected to find a replacement from their office. If the judge is ill, local or state rules may require the assignment of another judge.
Good to know.
Basically, the defense attorney may, defense attorney or counsel may request for a continuance or like rescheduling of the
Yeah.
of the trial or something.
Good to know.
Okay, yeah, it's not giving me anything.
Oh, fair enough. Let's just keep going then. We can just assume most of this is relatively accurate.
Okay, so
With the defendant pleasure for passing on his custom.
It seems the witness has something he wants to say.
Hold on, Mr. Wright. Please tell us about your relation to the victim.
right away, Your Honor.
The victim and I. Witness testimony. Ta-da!
I didn't know I was there. But I'm not a killer. All I did was find this body. I knew the guys to begin with. I hardly knew the guys to begin with. I never even talked to that stuck-up British wannabe. Emmy, that stuck-up British wannabe.
That's rude of you. I mean, you don't even know him.
Yes, Emmy.
Oh.
Oh well, just kidding. Okay.
I see. So you're the victim?
Right. As I said, I'm not a killer.
That was what he asked. Phew. It looks like the judge understands.
You're big naive, you know. Too naive.
Huh?
Mia?
Isn't so you've forgotten one small thing, young lady? And that would be... This witness still has to undergo something called cross-examination. Cross-examination?
He is right. And it's the defense's duty to carry out the cross-examination. The purpose is to determine if the witness's testimony contains any contradictions.
You explained simple legal procedure to the lawyer. Contradictions?
If a witness is lying, their statements will conflict with the court record. Also,
But Mr. Wright is my client.
Mia, you are my student. Why are you embarrassing me?
I'm sorry, sir. I will work harder.
Oh, even if these are clients, in court, all lies must be struck down. As a lawyer, it is your duty, you see, and it's also your duty to know this and not completely embarrass me.
What does he mean by that? Is he saying to someone just now that there was a lie? A contradiction?
Well, I will tell you to not embarrass me.
Hold on. Your cross-examination, if you please, Miss Fee.
Wait, did you just read my mind, Mr. Grossberg? Please, Mr. Wright.
What? What are
Tell
you
me.
talking about?
Never mind. Tell me you haven't been lying. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? Nice
I
job.
think someone was thinking about me.
Yeah, let's do. What do you say there? You mean the place where the victim was murdered?
Yeah, sort of. The place where something happened anyway.
Objection! Something? You can't hide what happened. We have photographic evidence. Anyway, Mr. Wright, what were you doing at the scene of the crime? I thought you said you didn't know the victim, Mrs. Swallow.
It was just a coincidence. We bumped into each other by accident.
Coincidence, huh?
You say I found the body? So, who called the police?
Huh?
Unfortunately, with some other students that notified the police.
students?
That's correct. They were witnesses. Witnesses who saw their friend standing there next to the body in shock. Well, yeah, that's something that most people would be, and
What? Is this true, Mr.
could you stop sneezing every time you're in a bind? I can feel it just barely gracing me.
It's true. That I was pretty shocked when I found the but I.
So, you didn't know his face, or even his name, right?
Right. Well, no. That is, I mean.
So, which is it? Did you know him or not?
Oh, there! You gotta answer this question by stealing all day!
Well, I guess I did know his name.
News to me. Why didn't you tell me that before?
I
before.
heard he used to date Dolly.
Who is this Dolly person?
Oh, yes.
It isn't all.
That would be the defendant's lover, Miss Dolly Hawthorne.
Oh,
What?
Young Liv. So bittersweet.
What the? That's all I knew about him. Wait, how would you know that?
Indeed. Mr. Wright, you stated the following in your testimony. I hardly knew the guy to begin with.
That's right. I mean, why would I even...
But that doesn't sound right. Unlike your name, if you hardly knew him, then why would you say that the victim was a stuck-up British wannabe? Sure. Well, Mr. Wright?
No, it wasn't me. I'm not a killer. I swear.
You know what? This animation right here looks very, very familiar to me, and I know why, but I'm not gonna say. That's very interesting.
That's alright. I will give you an opportunity to revise your testimony. How is it that you knew the victim was, as you put it, a British wannabe?
Yes, well...
Union Jack in the back of your shirt. Okay. Did you see it at the crime scene? The Union Jack, I mean?
Yes, that's right. I saw it at the crime scene. That's why I figured he must have loved British stuff, see? It's true! Cross my heart! I swear I didn't do it.
He's acting fishier than the salmon I ate last night.
Excuse me.
Sure, it's okay.
Me? May I ask you something, Miss Faye?
Yes, Your Honor? What is it now?
Who is this person anyway? This Union Jack fellow. He must be a really nice guy.
The Union Jack is the name of the flag of England.
Oh, I see. You're willing to throw us a straight, right?
As usual, Your Honor, your insight astounds me.
Why, thank you.
Hey, something just occurred to me. Isn't there something strange about this bit just now?
Why, yes, there is. There is a contradiction over here, Mika.
Mr. Grossberg.
Quickly now, show that boy you mean business. With evidence, I mean.
Okay, Mia. Check the court record carefully.
Well, my dear, do you think you can manage on your own from this point?
1 year ago, I was in the courtroom just like this. I can do it. I can handle this myself.
You mustn't try to bite off more than you can chew, Mia.
I'll be fine. I know what I have to do.
Remember, you can always press him to get more information. Oh, and one more thing. Well, two more things. When you're going to state a contradiction, make sure you present some definite proof. And don't embarrass me.
Okay, Mia. One more time from the very beginning of this testimony. Yeah, Alright,
Yeah,
let me go.
I think it's kind of fun making that running. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
No,
see,
Union Jack.
Union Jack shirt.
I would assume it's a
Let's
crime
look up
photo.
the crime scene photo.
Yeah. Where's that?
I don't see that.
Objection in your face. Are you certain you saw the Union Jack?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It was right out there on his back.
Miss May, is there some point in this line of questioning?
Your Honor, please take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing written on the victim's back.
Hey, wait a minute! He was wearing a leather jacket! Union Jack was on the back of the t-shirt he was wearing.
I was under the impression that you accidentally came across the body. But if that was really the case, then you wouldn't know that, would you? You had no idea at all what he was wearing underneath the jacket. Mr. Wright, you were lying to me.
Please, forgive me!
Absurd.
Mia, you made a client cry.
Let him! That P on his chest doesn't stand for Phoenix anyways. I like that line.
I'm going to go ahead and guess that it might mean a cat, doesn't it?
A very small one. I can't believe I trusted him. Mr. Wright was all wrong. That was an impressive bit of cross-examination. Right to your grave. Yes. Thank you for uncovering the villain's lies for me. It's quite clear that these men did not simply stumble upon the scene of the crime. Oh, did I go too far? By the way, Mr. Wright, you seem to have rather a bad cold. Have you taken any medicine for it?
Yeah, I took some, but...
Or is the medicine that you took an over-the-counter brand called Cold Killer X? Gosh darn
Yeah,
this
that's
guy.
right. It goes good, except not that quickly. I would really like for it to kill this cold right now. Hey, wait a second.
Wow.
Hey, how did you know I'm a big fan of Cold Killer X?
Well, you happen to have that medicine with you right now.
Well, actually, I seem to have lost it somewhere.
He lost it? Does this even have anything to do with the case? Yeah, it has everything to do with the case in Payne's mind. He doesn't rub it in even more because he likes to rub it. Mr. Brain, should I tell you where your cold medicine is right now? Your Honor, I'd like you to take a look at another photo from the crime scene. Withholding evidence. Good job.
What is this? The victim said it's Cold Killer X.
That begs the question, why would he grab that? Yes, but even I've got a bottle of Cold Killer X in my apartment. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that argument won't work. There's no doubt that's who this bottle of Cold Killer X belonged to. Especially since Mr. Wright's fingerprints were all over it. What?
What?
Okay, hold on a second, I need to refill. Huh? Sensing his murderous intent, Mr. Swallow must have picked up the pull of medicine. What on earth is this scenario that you're trying to give us?
I'm very confused. What?
Sensing his murderous intent. Hold on. Cause of death was a fatal electric shock. I mean, like, sure, maybe there was a fight, but
I mean, like,
wouldn't there be evidence of that on his...
I mean, like, if we look at the court record, please, can you look at the crime scene photo, please?
Yeah? There's that.
I guess the electric shock could be from that thing over there, the down power line.
Yeah, I know.
But even
I know
then,
that.
if it's like a murderous intent, murder would be premeditated. At the very least.
It would. It would be. In addition to the whole thing that, wow, at which point would he be able to grab that bottle from Phoenix? It's just,
Yes.
it's a dumb scenario from start to finish.
Either that or he just dropped it or something.
Yeah, indeed. Oh. And dropped by Mr. Bright and hid it in his hand. All the way throughout his death. His purpose in doing so can only have been to identify his killer as Phoenix Rain.
Order! Order, Big Lord!
Your Honor, I'd like to present this photo and bottle as evidence.
Very well. The court will accept them into the record.
There's... Now we have even more
Please
evidence
welcome
against us.
into the court record, please. Wait! I just realized, bailiff, why is there a random attorney's badge in the court?
Okay. I know it's a very important piece of evidence for everyone involved in the court, right?
I don't think it should be there. In that case, maybe why is it Mr. Winston's face badge in the court record?
But you know, it solves every problem. Everyone wants to see it. Everyone has to see it. And then all the world's problems will be solved. World hunger, show badge. We know everything.
In that case, why isn't my badge in there? Why are you showing Miss Mia's badge?
Well, it just doesn't have the same oomph to it as, say, attorney's badge.
I'm going to write you up.
Oh. Also, the victim's wristband was broken. What the heck are you on about?
Hey, wait, were we taking it? Wait, what's broken?
Yes, it ceased functioning. Stopped working. Ceased to exist. Malfunctioned. When a large wave of electricity passed through it. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have some kind of explanation for all of this? Oh, whatever. This is really bad. Oh.
Oh, my poor buttocks, my poor hemorrhoids.
Thank you, I need to know this.
Medical stuff. Does that make sense? Truth is, I went because he called me. He was in the pharmacology department, so they agreed to meet at 2:45 behind that building. We talked for a bit, then at around 3 we split up. And later when I went back, I found him lying there. I've been taking cold cooler eggs for the last 2 or 3 days. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on that day of the accident.
For a band called Cold Killer X, it's certainly not very effective, is it?
Let's see. Here's a question though. How long ago was the murder? Can we look at the court record real quick?
Sure.
Let's see.
4 the 9th.
That was 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. Very.
That's right. That's completely different. That's completely different than the testimony he was speaking.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I was afraid you wouldn't believe the truth.
Yeah, forgive me if I say I hardly find your current testimony any more credible. Well, what else can do? Accept it.
Miss Fay, please begin your cross-examination.
Oh, please, Mr. Wright, don't tell any more lies. Don't tell any more lies. Yeah. Putting a lot more emotion into me as was than usual. Had you ever met the victim before then?
No, never. What? That day he called me up and told me he wanted to talk about Dolly.
This Dolly is what again? Do you like playing with dolls?
It's kind of embarrassing. She's, my sweetheart. What? What was that, Morphia? Why'd you slap me?
I'm sorry, I just felt like slapping something all of a sudden. The other Harton was also in love with the murder victim, Doug Swallow. Before she met Mr. Ray, that is.
I'm going to lock your paper insubordination!
Please save it to after trial, at least. I'm sorry.
So, it's one of those nasty love triangles.
Not really? Not really.
There is some kind of, like, love relationship thing happening right there at this table.
What? No! What?
I saw you was laughing, Mr. Grossberg!
Was Mrs. Swallow in the cash? I meet at 2:45?
Hey, what are we talking about?
Yeah, at the time we were both there right on time.
Alright, let's see. But you said the victim was in the pharmacology department, right?
Yeah, he was studying how to, how to manufacture and improve pharmaceuticals. Everyone called him the alchemist of IVU.
Alchemist? I see! He can turn lead to gold!
Not really, but like a chemist, but better. I gotta admit it, it was a little suspicious. He had a whole laboratory and everything.
I know some ways might take offense to what you just said. I don't know. Well,
What?
I know a chemist.
Yes.
Oh well.
Wait, who would take offense to it? Oh.
Someone I know. Anyway, just kind of amused me that you said that. Oh well, let's go.
I know, but I gotta try to like do some other spot things for Phoenix.
I know.
Alright. Alright, go ahead. It was filled with chemicals and strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
Oh, fascinating. He sounds like quite an ambitious young man.
What do I do? Maybe I should ask him for some more details. Okay, about pharmaceuticals, just because that seems like the least intuitive one. I was wondering if you could tell us a bit more about the pharmacology department.
Well, okay, sure. I don't know all that much, though.
A little bit early in your testimony, you said something interesting. You said the department uses strange machines that run on high voltage electricity.
That's right. They sure look dangerous.
Mm.
They use
Oh,
constant
right.
voltage, so there are high voltage cables everywhere.
Which he wouldn't know with his degree. High voltage cables.
Yeah, there are electrical poles set up all around the building. The high voltage cables run overhead around the roof.
Finally, I think we're getting somewhere. So what was it that you were talking about?
Oh. That maybe we should hang out again sometime. Ow, my neck.
Hang out again sometime? I wish that were true. So you say you went back?
Yeah, that's when I found the body.
Yes, but why did you go back in the first place? Weren't you angry with him?
Well, that's right, I was.
Then why, Mr. Wright? Why did you go back there? Answer me.
I thought maybe we could make up.
Judging by the atmosphere, I'm pretty sure no one is buying this. It's rather unusual to catch a cold this time of the year, isn't it?
Yeah, I always get a little careless when the weather starts to warm up. I guess I shouldn't sleep with the window open this early in spring, huh?
I suppose common sense is not always common.
Amen to
So, did anyone else know that you were taking cold medicine?
that. I mean, I always take one after meals. So I'm pretty sure all my friends know about it.
But that's my fault of it. Somewhere's in the accident. Okay. On the day of the incident, what do you do for lunch?
Huh? What does that have to do with anything?
You can never be too sure. You can never be too sure.
I always live with Dolly. Just the two of us. Dolly's homemade lunches are just the best. The greatest, even. Her mini omelets are magically delicious.
Yo! Why did you punch me in the jaw?
What the heck, Mia? What the heck? Oh, I'm so sorry. It just felt like hurting someone all of a sudden. There's- he's so in love with that. Please don't. What the heck? Mia's just completely allergic to love.
I think that's enough for now. Because we're lovers quarrel over the...
Okay, I actually think I know why, but that's kind of funny out of context. Oh.
So, the defendant of the victim got home in bed approximately at the time of death. And then the defendant returns out to the crime for some unknown reason.
I'm not entirely convinced by his explanation about the medicine bottle either.
Let me be frank here, Mr. Ray. Your testimony cannot be trusted.
What do you mean?
Especially why did you send him out here in the first place then? And it was too much work for a little girl.
Yes, what was it that remains?
Here is, Your Honor.
The murder was carried out, of course.
Judge being observant, actually insightful.
Yes, that was the victim electrocuted.
Hmm.
I don't believe the murder weapon has been reduced yet, correct?
Well, that is, you're correct, Your Honor. Your Honor. So, how exactly was Mr. Swallow killed? If I could somehow establish how it was done, maybe I could still come out of this mess smelling like a rose. Sure,
Let's see here.
we have that. Your Honor,
Yep.
Yes, Miss May?
I believe that if we were to piece together everything we've heard up until now, we should be able to solve the mystery of how Mr. Swallow died.
That would be most impressive.
Quite the back statement coming from a rookie. Well, even the beginner like you must understand the basic rules of the court, yes? An attorney must be able to substantiate the argument with evidence. Huh, of course I know that. Actually, I totally forgotten about that.
Are you saying you forgot about substantiating your evidence?
Not at all, sir. Not at all. Everything is under control.
Hold on, Miss May. Let me see what you've got. Show me how you believe the victim was electrocuted.
I would like to kill with this. You know what?
Crime scene photo.
Let's do this. I saved it.
Miss May, I'm disappointed in you.
You're disappointed as well, Miss Fee.
To be honest, I've been disappointed and embarrassed too, Mia.
Action!
Ah, not you too. I usually miss my brain on this. Come on, Mia. You can't strike out here.
Hey, Miss May, let's try this one more time.
Okay, let's just erase that. That didn't happen. That didn't happen. Cam photo 1. Let's see, just, no, that's 2. Okay. I forgot what that was. That's why. As the cause of death, I'd say this picture captures quite well. Quite well.
What? But there's nothing that even remotely resembles a murder weapon here.
I'll tell you what the weapon was. Life.
we're not playing let's see, Mary Sheldon's Frankenstein here, just so you know.
I'm afraid is going to have to explain this in a bit more detail.
That was probably the single most stupid joke I ever made.
Where exactly this photo is the murder weapon?
The sparking cable right there?
Yep, right there. Well, naturally. It's right here.
That's...
I think you did a little too high.
I don't think... No,
Okay,
I
there you
didn't.
go.
What is it?
Oh, thank goodness.
A severed electrical cable, I believe, Your Honor. Remember the testimony we've heard. The machine that pharmacology students use in their experiments require high voltage. And because of that, there are special high voltage cables strung up everywhere.
Hold it! So the high voltage cable...
Yes, the high voltage cable is the cause of death. That is the most likely explanation.
Oh, that certainly sounds plausible. Honestly, man, what do you have to say about this?
Well, I believe some praise is in order. Don't toy with me, old man. Now, the victim's cause of death may indeed have been a high-voltage cable. However, I want you to think about what that really implies. The only one who had the opportunity to use the cable as a murder weapon was... the defendant! I mean, yeah. I mean, like, we're not letting up. That is the whole scenario that you've been pushing this entire case.
That much is certainly true.
Yes, and that's not all. We have proof. Irrefutable proof that will establish that Mr. White was the murderer.
You do? What is it?
His fingerprints. What?
Fingerprints? You mean the one that defendant's fingerprints were something besides the present photo?
Yeah, sorry. Well, let's take another look at the crime scene photo. As you can see, the victim is wearing a leather jacket, and as you may know, leather holds fingerprints quite well. You mean... Yes. It was quite clearly imprinted on the chest area of the victim's jacket. The palm print of the defendant's very own hand. Excuse me. That's not indicative of anything, you know? I can only think of one way Mr. Wright could have left a print like that. Into the murder, he squarely pushed the victim towards a severed electrical cable. That's gonna be the least reliable way to kill someone.
Indeed.
Order! 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 That's enough! I think I can conclude that there is no reason to continue with this cross-examination.
Stick up organist. We're done for.
Mr. Grausberg,
My hemorrhoids never lie. The show's over, Mia.
what the heck do you... what sort of psyche do you think you are?
I knew the boy was guilty the first time I saw him.
No, you're wrong. Mr. Wright is innocent.
No further evidence is required to convince me of this man's guilt.
Your Honor.
At this time, I'm prepared to render a verdict in this case.
Well, this is looking quite bleak. Hold it! Hold it!
Do you have something further to add, Miss Wright? Miss Faye?
Is this what you want, Mr. Wright? You still haven't told us the truth. The whole truth. If you don't say something now, the judge is going to hand down the verdict.
I just can't say it. If I told you what really happened, then I'd be...
Phoenix, darling, you're already going to be considered... You're already going to get the guilty verdict. Just tell the truth. It's okay, Mr. Wright. I'm your attorney. You can trust me.
Faye.
That's a very special face. No matter what it is you had to say, I believe in you, and I'll represent you to the very end. I think it's about to cry. Well, what is someone that the fella's killed? There's no fella need here to say anything.
Wait a minute!
Miss Wright.
I'll tell you what really happened.
But I've already told you, Mr. Wright. There's no need for further...
I did it.
That's a dumb thing to say.
I admit it. I pushed him. It's my fault. My fault that Doug Swallow was dead.
Aww.
That girl. You shouldn't be around her. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying. Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that!
Okay, that's the Schlem. There you go. Oh, good lord. As if it wasn't worse enough already.
What you just said, was that the truth?
Yes. I was afraid. Afraid that if I told the truth, everyone would think I was the murderer for sure.
Well, thanks currently instead. You absolutely convincing. We're all absolutely convinced you would.
Give me right back.
Please, give me one more chance to explain. This time I swear. I swear I'll tell the whole truth. I'll be okay, won't it? Miss Faye, I believe in you.
Oh, thank you. I still can't believe it. He really did push the victim.
It feels like my hammers are going to Harlem Shake.
Can you stop talking about them? That's not a medical issue we're privy to. Dumb fuck. Oh well.
Oh goodness. That guy, he was talking badly about Dolly.
That's a noise.
I lost my temper and gave him a shove. At that moment, I heard some kind of loud noise. A little while after I left, I started to get worried. So I went back, but he was just laying there, dead.
Well, the explanation is really quite simple. When you pushed him, Mrs. Wire flew back and touched the electrical cable. He died from the shock, and needless to say is not.
A simple explanation indeed.
At the time of the incident, the light rain had been falling. Wet from rain, the victim was more easily electrocuted. He had an umbrella, though.
But when I pushed him, there weren't any electrical cables nearby. If there had been something like that, even I would have noticed it.
That's true. Even a doofus like him could miss that.
Oh, it sounds just about right. He does look like a doofus.
That's very well, Miss Faye. Let me warn you right now that if your cross-examination doesn't yield any new facts, I intend to deliver my verdict without further delay. Are we clear about that?
Yes, Your Honor. Don't give up, Mia. If he is innocent, there must be some kind of evidence somewhere that will prove it. While you push them to the ground. So, what kind of things did Mr. Swallow say to you?
He said all sorts of terrible things about Dolly. He said that she was a bad girl.
How old are you again, Mr. Wright?
Is that all?
Yep. Something wrong? wrong?
Well, Miss May, you heard of yourself.
Oh boy, you're not doing yourself any favors here, Mr. Wright. Please don't make this harder for me than it already is.
Anyway, after he said that, I lost my temper and gave him a shot. Blah blah blah.
Can you tell me about what happened in a little more detail?
That guy, he just said what he wanted to say to me. And then he put the jacket on he was holding and started to leave. That's when I lost my temper and flew into a furious frenzy.
Curious description there. That's like what the prosecutors would say.
Light, gentle shove to the chest.
Oh. And it sent him flying across the country. And when you did that, there was no severed cable anywhere to be seen.
Right, there was nothing like that at all.
But is it possible that you merely overlooked it? Well, we can't really prove that,
Well,
so...
I guess it is possible.
What are you doing? Don't let that guy steamroll over you like a cheap asphalt.
But what's important here is the moment the burst occurred. That's because I know the testimony witness.
That's such a great legendary man can be such an idiot.
Yep.
A loud noise.
Let's see. Was he bright as a kid?
Bright? No, not particularly. Like he wasn't dumb. He just didn't really think with common sense. Still doesn't. But that's part of what allows him to make these very quick deductions that turn out to be right in the end. And also he's kind of manipulative at times, as we know. Either way, he's just kind of on the spectrum, as it were. A loud noise. And what would you say that loud noise was, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but it was really loud. It was like, snap. You know, like, come and think about it. I wonder what that was.
Clearly, Your Honor, he was the standard victim being electrocuted.
That's not how electrocution sounds.
You're not qualified to decide that. What should I do? I'm treading on some dangerous ground here. What do you think? What do you think?
I want to just like keep asking for more details on everything.
Sure. Information's good. Mr. Wright, that loud noise you heard may be extremely important. So try to remember what it was.
How do I put it? It was like a sharp crack.
Well, that does kind of sound like electro-shocking.
Like a single crack, though.
Yeah.
Could it have been?
Yes. Oh, there we go. The right. Yeah. Yes. Could it have been? Hurry up and tell us. There you go.
When I pushed him, he dropped the umbrella he was holding.
Umbrella is incidentally a very good conductor for everything electrical.
He fell right on top of it and it broke. That was probably the noise I heard.
Good thing it wasn't the sharp end.
The umbrella, huh? Did that umbrella belong to the victim?
Yeah, it was a plastic umbrella. Cheap and frail. Kind of like the owner. Then again, I wish I had any kind of umbrella. I was totally soaked to the bone.
Miss Faye? What do you think? Is there something important in that testimony just now?
Well... I'm just doing it, because why not? This is it, Mia. The new information you've been waiting for. Of course it is important. No, this cheap umbrella is more than important. It's vital. I want to officially have it entered into the testimony. Ha! How perfectly fitting. Flimsy information for a flimsy lawyer.
The court agrees to the defense's request. Witness, please add a bit about the cheap umbrella to your testimony.
Okay. To show them he fell down on top of his cheap umbrella. So, Mr. Swallow fell on top of his umbrella? And you're certain of this?
Yeah, I was right there under him.
It was. Yeah.
if it hadn't been under him, I was planning on borrowing it for myself.
The umbrella, you mean?
Getting wet and drenched in
The umbrella, you mean?
jacket is not good. Well, yeah, you see, I was wearing this sweater here. Dolly stayed up for nights at the time knitting it for me. I didn't want to I didn't want the rain to dampen the handmade symbol of her love. Also,
You're so sickly, love.
My stomach has got to be used for your personal stock about me.
I'm so sorry. What is up with me? I don't even know. I need therapy.
You just kicked me.
I need therapy.
Your pig.
I need therapy. I need some time off.
Jeez. The next time you guys do that, I'm going to call the bailiff on you guys, contempt of court, because you guys cannot let the rubber squirrel in my court.
Anyway, to show the victim, did you leave the scene right away?
Yes, I did. I admit it. I was furious.
You left without even checking Mr. Swallow's condition?
Well, yeah. But like I said, I got worried about him later.
Alright, so I'm back, but he was just laying there dead. At that time, did you see anyone else at the scene of the crime?
No, nobody.
Jeez, could that stupid cough possibly sound any phonier?
It's very hard to believe someone else could have been the murderer.
Unless we can find something that shows innocence from that testimony here. I'm afraid the judge will make his final decision with no remorse whatsoever.
Yes, sir. Right now, I need more info. Info that will help me turn up some contradictions. Alright, you know what that is.
Well,
Dolly.
Go to the umbrella part.
Yeah, there we go. He fell on top of his cheap umbrella. Right.
Like, look. No, photo one. He fell. It looks like he fell on his front, not on his back.
Yeah. It does.
Where'd that cable come from, anyway?
Then what?
Also, that umbrella's not close to him at all.
No, it's not. Why didn't you testify about the umbrella from the very beginning?
Come on. If I had mentioned that...
I would have been able to counter the prosecution's arguments earlier. What do you mean by that? Don't lie to the court. Take another look at the crime scene photo. According to Mr. Wright, the victim fell on top of his umbrella. However, if you look closely, the umbrella is nowhere near the victim. Actually, it's by the electrical pole.
You're absolutely right.
The conclusion here is obvious. After the defendant left, the victim moved from where he fell. In other words, after he was pushed by the defendant, Mr. Swallow was still alive. No!
Order! 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 The victim! He moved!
Nicely done, Mia.
Mr. Payne, give me this photo. Where is it now?
Well, it was collected by the police at the crime scene.
I want to present it as evidence immediately!
There you go. Thank you for the umbrella. Yet another piece of evidence that we didn't have access to. But the umbrella could still have been blown there by the wind. Objection. According to the testimony, the victim fell on top of the umbrella. There's simply no way it could have been blown there by the wind. Excuse me. Yeah, just got something to start as I was talking. Could have been blown there by the wind. No way it could have been blown there by the wind. I'm sorry for everyone who has to listen to that.
Relatively trivial. But as long as small doubt remains, I can't render final judgment.
Gosh darn, I can't even do it at this moment. Can't. Thank you for The assist.
Okay.
Gosh darn it.
I still find it hard to believe that a huge hole has been blown in the prosecution
Yeah,
case.
but I
But
thunk
it's
it.
testimony.
But I thunk it. Unique assessment. It's a cool record.
Well done, Mia.
Mr. Payne, what are you chuckling about?
Pardon me, Your Honor. It seems I was expecting too much for a free ride. It was foolish to think I could establish guilt through cross-examination alone.
I'm afraid it is fully what you say.
Let me guess. You have another witness. Exactly! And his witness testimony would be incontrovertible.
Who is this witness?
Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne? You don't mean the Dolly person?
I do, Your Honor. The defendant's very own lover is the witness to the whole thing. Convenient that you left us out all this time. That's right. She was like seeing the crime when the murder took place. Very convenient. Very, very convenient, isn't it? I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, my dear. Bad news. You couldn't be more wrong. Actually, I've been waiting for this. You can't be serious.
Mia! What do you mean by that?
I think that is a good point for us to stop it. Court will now enter a 20-minute recess. Afterwards, we'll listen to the testimony of Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh. This is, well... pain is a pain. Indeed.
Do what?
Pain is a pain, is what I said. Well, this is a good place for us to stop as well.
Just continue on this one until we actually get to the save point.
Why? Is it almost... Oh, okay, fair enough.
Miss Faye, I'm sorry about what happened back there.
It's alright. At least you told us the truth in the end, Mr. Wright.
Yeah. So I guess I can start to relax then, huh?
Relax, my boy. You can't be serious. After hunting such important facts.
But the next witness is my dolly, right? She'll save me. I just know she will.
Why do you think that?
Huh? What do you mean? She's the love of my life, that's why.
The love of your life, huh? Would you mind telling me more about you and Miss Dahlia Hawthorne?
Sure, no problem. Dolly and we first met about 8 months ago. Right here at this very courthouse. Actually, I'm studying to be a lawyer on the side. Anyway. One day, she and I just bumped into each other in the reading room downstairs. That's why I really think it was fate that brought us together. As soon as I first set eyes on her, I knew she was the one for me. Oh, here, take a look at this.
That's a very interesting pennant.
She gave this to me on the day we met, as a symbol of our love. She had been wearing it around her neck that day, but then... she took it off, but before she gave it to me, she said, I want you to carry this.
Ah, so she gave it to you as a present, I see.
This darling little bottle is filled with memories of my little darling Dolly.
It certainly is a little bottle, right?
It makes me so happy. I show it to everyone I meet. I want to share my happiness with the whole world.
I'll get a different thing to show to everyone later. Anyway.
Yep.
So after that, you and Miss Hawthorne started dating?
Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange little girl. Asking for a present back like that.
By the way, Mr. Wright, the day you first met Dahlia Hawthorne 8 months ago, it would happen to have been on August 27th, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, it was, but how did you...
This happened on August 27th, right here in this courthouse.
what's this? A newspaper clipping? Let's see. Murder in the courthouse. Murder?
What are you reading like there? Let me see that. Well, Mia, I think I understand what you're trying to say. And I think I understand why you suddenly took such a keen interest in this case. You believe there's some relationship between these two cases, am I correct?
Too bad the viewers can't now. I hope you don't mind, Mr. Grausberg. I need to finish this myself.
Ah, yes, but I'm afraid what you have will not be enough, my dear. I'll go and have a look downstairs at the reading room and see what else I can find there.
Thank you.
I want to do whatever I can to be of help to you, Mia. Well, looks like recess is about over. We'd better all get moving. Please do not embarrass me, Mia.
I won't. I guess so. That recess sure seemed longer than 20 minutes, though. To be continued. Okay, fair enough. But we shall meet again. In another game, perhaps. Until then, humans, fairies, and you okay?
Thank y'all for watching, and we'll catch y'all later.